One of the great things about buying a home here in Southeast Louisiana is the diversity of architecture in this area. There are so many unique styles in one location, and here to talk about some of the amazing options is our next guest. Please help me welcome back Brittany Picolo-Ramos of Godwyn and Stone. Brittany, welcome back.
Hello, hello. How are you?
Wonderful, looking beautiful today in black. And I am so glad you're on to talk about these different types of architecture. I want to get started with a little bit of a history lesson for everyone out there. Shotgun homes, very popular and iconic here in New Orleans. But where does that name come from?
Well, back in the day, ventilation was huge because obviously they didn't have air condition or heating. So they usually would have a fireplace in each room, and then they have transoms, which are those little cutouts at the top of the doors. And the doors would be literally lined back to back as if you could literally shoot a gun through the house, hence the name shotgun. So that's why you'll see that doorways will all line up or windows will all line up. So usually it was for airflow, to keep everything nice and cool at night. That's why you see the doors, like you'll see the doors on the front with the louvered doors, or shutters, and that way they can close those at night and still have some airflow. Isn't that cool?
It is. I'm also going to be calling them lupadors from now on, not shutters. I like the nice real estate term. Very, very cool. Now, I also love beautiful Creole cottages, another thing that's also iconic in this area. What are some of the defining features of a Creole cottage?
Well, a Creole cottage was really cool because it was kind of like a Caribbean French design. You're gonna see a typical design feature will be that it's like right up to the sidewalk. Because in the French Quarter, which is where you're gonna see a lot of those, that was like they needed to use every square inch. Another little fun fact is that you're gonna have the steeply pitched roofs. The front porch really kind of does exist or doesn't exist. It's not really huge, but they're usually single stories. But again, you'll see those louvered shutters, and you'll have that circulation, and you see how you can see the chimney stack at the top. There was usually a fireplace right in that middle living area to keep everybody nice and warm.
Fascinating. You do see that a lot in the French Quarter. Very cool. Now, staying on the topic of cottages, there are also raised center hall cottages. Tell me a little bit about those and where we can mostly find those types of cottages.
Well, the raised center hall houses, it is exactly the way that it's described. It's a center hall, so it's the ones that would go right down the center, and then you have the different rooms on the sides. They're usually a lot more grand. They have the beautiful porches, the ornate, molding at the top. Those are Corinthian columns. The columns that kind of have like the leafing design on the outside. That's Corinthian style. They're beautiful, like Rome. So in Greek time period, and it's just a really ornate show off. Another example of like another center or Greek, I'm sorry, center hall cottage. You're going to see a lot of them in the garden district, so you're going to see the big porches, and it's just a really beautiful design feature.
Fabulous. I love the poles. Absolutely beautiful. I also love this next type of home we're going to talk about, Greek revival style homes. They are beautiful. Tell me more a little about this style of home.
So the Greek revival is really cool because you're going to have the porches at the top and the bottom. Obviously, after a Grecian design, you see at the very top that kind of it looks like teeth at the very top. That's called dental molding. Um, I mean, and then you'd have the ornate ironwork. That's Italianate ironwork. So there's a ton of features, and they're building a lot of new construction right now that has that old world feel throughout the city of New Orleans. But they have world feel, but they're brand new.
I love the balcony. Again, I love the poles on this one as well. Such a beautiful style of home. Now, this one's my favorite, but again, you got to make a lot of money. This is the most luxurious type of home, the Queen Anne type of home. Tell me a little bit about the defining features of that because I'm still waiting on a pair of keys to one of these homes.
Well, listen, you just start dreaming in and start building, and you're connected to the right person. I know people. So I would say the Queen Anne's looks like a dollhouse. This is actually our listing at 2503 St. Charles. It is a beautiful example of Queen's Anne. Queen's Anne was the complete opposite of the traditional Greek revival or center hall. It was because it's not symmetric. It was kind of fairy tale, very whimsical. You'd have the tower, you'd have the woodwork and all the. It looked almost like a dollhouse or like a gingerbread house. So I mean, the beautiful porches, the balconies, I mean, all of those. And it was just such an, it's ornate and very just textured. So you'll see it colored in really vibrant colors, or sometimes, back in the day they would be more bland in coloring, but now people are really just they want to get in those little crevices and show off those different textures.
Absolutely gorgeous. Again, 2503 St. Charles Avenue. That home is on the market right now. And if you want more information about that home or any other listings at Godwyn and Stone, head over to Brittany's website, BrittanyPicolo-Ramos.com. Also, give her a call at 504 500 SOUL. That's 504 500 7653. Or just pay them a visit at 1912 Clearview Parkway in Metairie. And of course, follow them on social media at Godwyn Stone. And if you need title help, contact Title Management Group. You can give them a call at 504 834 2977. They are located at 3421 North Causeway Boulevard in Metairie.